the channel. Today we're going to be opening and taking a look at the new 2025 Fender Standard Stratocaster. And these are ones, we'll get into it in a second. Let me get this out of the box. Okay. So here's how it comes packed. Just slides out. All right, we have a bag in here with our goodies. Ooh, the bag is open. That's dangerous. Extra padding on the headstock. So this is a little better packed than the last Squires I had come in. And the Fenders, the last two were in gig bags, so I don't remember. Okay. So what we have here, this is a Fender Standard Stratocaster 2025 in Soda Cola. Now these are the new low-end model made in Indonesia. So let's go over the specs real quick. These start $600, at least at the time they came out. So we have a poplar body, maple neck. It does have the modern C contour. We have an Indian laurel fretboard, 9.5-inch radius, 21 jumbo or medium jumbo frets, a micarta nut, which is a mix with plastic and other stuff. They're generally really hard, so this could be a really good nut actually. We have ceramic pickups, blade switch, although yeah, it feels pretty good. Volume, 2 tones. We have pretty decent looking but basic sealed tuners. Single string guide. It's got all your standard Strat contours, standard heel joint, and it looks like it's got a full-size block on there. Okay, we'll go over some more specs here in a second. First thing I want to say is the neck actually feels really good. The fretwork, the fret ends feel really good. Wow. Okay, that's surprising. I think the frets feel really good. A little bit of polish, but nothing big on the frets. So we don't have the skunk stripe on the back of the neck. It is a satin urethane finish, just like the Player Series. I believe it was a gloss poly for the body and also the front of the headstock. You see we just have a Fender and Stratocaster logo, nothing else like the contour body or anything. So right off the bat, I will say this feels pretty good in my hands. Not in tune, but if you like the neck that has the modern C profile that comes on the Players and a few others, you're going to like this neck. I'm actually very surprised at how good this feels. We'll go ahead and hear it in a second. A few things that make this guitar a little better than the Squire, because people are going to compare this to the Squire Classic Vibe. I'm going to tell you right now, it's got a better tremolo, steel block saddles. I have to imagine the pickups are going to sound better, but we'll find that out here in a few minutes. The neck feels considerably better than what's on the Classic Vibe, and I like the Classic Vibe neck, but I'm a pretty big fan of this modern C. Oh, that needs to be cleaned up, or it's got a little, that one may have a little spot on it. I think that's just something that'll wipe off. So, like I said, these are going to be compared heavily to the Classic Vibes that are $430, $450. They have poplar bodies, maple necks, Indian laurel fretboards, 21, I think medium jumbo frets. Maybe they're medium. But this neck profile, this is a better feeling neck. It also does not have the urethane finish. So it's a much faster neck, much smoother feeling. The fretwork on this is better. Just it feels like a better guitar. Now, and probably $150 better in all honesty. I like the neck profile that much better, and the steel saddles. Those two right there will make this pretty decent jump from this classic vibe, depending on how the pickups sound. However, is it a $600 value, 150 to 180, 170 more than the classic vibe? You've also got your players over there, which if you made this an alder body and changed the pickups, it's kind of the same guitar. So, and I will do some more reviews head to head, especially some sound comparisons and stuff. But right off the bat, the fact that it doesn't have an alder body is my biggest complaint. Just because Fenders have alder or ash bodies for the most part. When you have poplar, I mean, that's something we all kind of put out in the Squire category. Not saying you can't have a great guitar with poplar, just like basswood or any of the other woods. Any of them can be good. There's high-end guitars with Akum bodies. So it's just I am used to alder bodies. I think most Strat players are used to alder bodies unless it's a cheaper Strat. So that's the big ding I'm going to give this right out of the box, is simply that it doesn't have the alder body, and I'm sure that's part of the price difference. So as long as it sounds good, I don't think it's going to really matter at all. However, when people spec these out, just looking at them online, in fact, I'll just grab this. When you're looking at them online, you're holding them just side by side real quick, it may not be that noticeable how different these guitars really are. I can tell you just holding them, this one's better. I don't even have to play it to know that as far as comfort, just grabbing these two guitars, I can tell you right now, I'd rather play this one. Nothing wrong with this guitar. I actually think classic vibes are great. I really do. But as similar as these two models are, there's definite differences that are going to make it probably worth the little bit of difference. Like I said, I think a lot of people are going to take issue with the fact that this is not an American, Mexican, or Japanese-made Fender, which to my knowledge, that's a first. But let's go ahead and hear this bad boy real quick. Okay, so that is the Fender Standard Series Strat. I think it sounded surprisingly good. I like ceramic pickups. I don't have a problem with them, but I was expecting this to sound a little bit more like the Affinity. So I'm surprised. It's probably worth the $600 if you want the Fender stamp and really want the upgraded trim blocks, or excuse me, the saddles. And this neck, it's my fave, or at least tied. So again, that gives it more value over the Squire while still keeping it under the player. So I do think it's probably a fair value. I know a lot of people are not going to like the Indonesia. Get over it, I guess, really is all I can say. It doesn't really matter where guitars are made anymore. You get great guitars out of everywhere. I know people have preferences, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't want a guitar that's not made in America that has Fender on the headstock, that's okay. You know, and there's plenty of good ones out there. I've got American made, I've got Mexican made, I've got parts guitars, I've got China, Indonesia, Vietnam, Japan. It doesn't matter where the guitars come from. If the company making it does a good job, it's a good guitar. And I was skeptical of this. I really was. Kind of honestly didn't even want to review it. Thought it was going to be a bit of a joke. I take it back. As far as how it feels, I mean, the controls work good. It's comfortable. It's really comfortable. So I highly recommend checking one out if you're not wanting to move up to a little more expensive player series or player 2. And I mean, of course, if you want to get used, if you don't mind used, I still recommend the player series. However, if you want brand new, this will get you there. It's got a good sound, it's got a good feel, some nice modern appointments, while still retaining the Strat look and feel. So I can say it's worth the $600 if you're looking for a Strat with Fender on the headstock, and you like this modern C profile. Give it a try. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this kind of content, please click like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to stay notified. Leave me some comments and suggestions. I would love to hear from you guys. Till next time, keep playing.